Hey, how you doing, everyone? This is Jonathan Coates, and in today's free training, I'm going to be talking about conversion rate optimization, and I have a lot of different resources that I'm going to be sharing with you throughout the video, so it might be a bit of an information dump, but so long as you just follow along, and if you need to, just rewind back and go through it again, you'll find this video to be very useful and valuable to you, especially if you're trying to scale up with your sales funnels at any given one of the pages, whether it be your checkout pages, your landing pages, etc. We came up with these specific guidelines that I just want to break down with you, and each guideline I actually have a different resource with you. So I created a video on how to optimize and boost website load times with page speed insights from Google, and it gives you a score from 1 to 100 on where you're at on how fast your page is loading on the desktop as well as the mobile. And when I first made this video, I had a very poor score on the mobile. And then by just implementing some of the practices, they tell you what to do on the actual page. They break down what's wrong, what you can do to change it. And I talk about all that stuff in this video, how to diagnose your website, how to treat it, etc. And then at the end of the video, you'll actually see that my score went up. So I bring this to your attention because I actually talk about that in the Google Docs, making your website mobile friendly. You want to make sure that it's optimized because more and more people are using smartphones and tablets these days. So if you can optimize it for mobile devices so that visitors can easily use it on their tablets and it loads quicker, then you're less likely to have cart abandonment. So that's just a bit of an example of what we're going to be covering. So let's get started at the very top. So here's some conversion rate optimization techniques that you can use to boost your sales. Number one, define your conversion goals. What do you want your visitors to do on your website? Do you want them to sign up to your email list? Do you want new subscribers? You want a webinar registration? You need a consultation? You're trying to get them to make a purchase? When you know your conversion goals, then it's a lot easier to grow. You know what your initial objective is, so everything is centered and based around that. Once you know your goals, you can start to optimize your websites to achieve them. So the next thing is a clear and compelling value proposition. Why should visitors choose your product or service over anyone else, over the competition? What are the benefits that they want to receive? I want to share and bring to your attention the Gary Halbert letter, who's one of the most legendary copywriters of our time. He's no longer with us, but he has an extremely valuable website called thegaryhalbertletter.com. And if you just spend 10 minutes on this website every day, in about 5 years, you'll be as close to a world-class copywriter as you would like to be. But at any rate, I just want to bring to your attention specifically this section here on one of his letters. He breaks down the differences between facts and benefits. And I want to show you this because before we get to this point, he actually tells you to create an entire fact list. He instructs you to create an entire fact sheet. Create a fact sheet about that which you want to sell. So let's write some world-class copy. And he wants you to get as detailed as possible. So let's just say you're writing a sales message about your car. So what's going to go on that fact sheet? You want to make it long, make it detailed, make it complete. What makes it your car? What model? What color? How much does it weigh? How many miles are on it? What kind of tires? What's their conditions? When you have a sheet with this much information on it and you kind of want to go overboard with it, put more stuff on there than you need to and spend a lot of time on this. Once you have that actual fact sheet, you're not going to be showing people the fact sheet. You're going to use that fact sheet for yourself personally, and then you create your benefit list from that fact sheet. What we do here is we go over our fact sheet very carefully and we translate the facts there into benefits whenever we can. So here's some clarity between facts and benefits here. A fact is simply that, a fact about your product, like the fact that your car has 350 horsepower or the fact that it's painted a bright red. A benefit is what your product will do for the buyer. So let's say that your car is heavy, it weighs maybe 4,000 pounds. That's a fact. It seems to me that the fact could translate to at least two benefits. Number one, safety. A heavy car offering more protection in a wreck than a lighter one. Number two, comfort, as a heavy car generally yields a smoother ride. So I just want to show you this because this is kind of how this can kind of get your gears turning in regards to turning facts into benefits. So I'll be sure to link this in the description. So you'll see that in the tools and the resources below, as well as a pinned comment from the Affiliate Marketing Samurai. So that's how you can create the different benefits and have clarity and create a very valuable and compelling proposition. Our next step is to use strong call to actions. Tell visitors what you want them to do. You want to make sure that this text stands out from every other button on your website. And you also want to be clear, concise, and comprehensive. So you can use strong verbs. And there's a lot of different websites from this website, Swipeworthy, and I'll be sure to link this in the description as well. If you go to just pick your niche on the left-hand side here, whatever industry that you're in, whether it be health, wealth, or relationships. And over here, you actually have different call to actions. So if you click on this, they'll share with you different ways of how folks get people to enroll into their sales funnel. And you can just use this for inspiration, sort of like creative influence. Also, that page that I was just on, it was cart abandonment. And the reason why I say that is because that's sort of our next step when we go down a little bit further, is how to use abandoned cart emails. If a visitor adds items to their cart but doesn't check out, you can send them an abandoned cart email. This email can remind them of the items they left behind and offer them a discount or incentive. So I actually have different empty cart abandonment emails that you can go over, and they have annotations too, so they break down sort of the psychology of them as well. So all you gotta do is really just click on this eyeball right here, and it explains, if you go down, it actually explains what's actually going on here. So I want to show you this along with the other one too, because there's call to actions in these emails as well. And you can actually test different elements of your cart abandonment emails as well, just as you do in sales pages. You can split test, you can run A/B tests. So I recommend that you try that strategy as well. So getting back to where we were, we talked about strong call to actions and optimizing your website for mobile devices. Let's talk about reducing friction. Anything that makes it difficult for visitors to convert is a source of friction. You want to make sure that your checkout process is easy to follow and that your website loads quickly. And again, I talked about that in the beginning of this video on how to optimize it when it comes to optimizing your website for desktop as well. So if you're having slow load times on your website, whether it be on desktop or mobile, then you definitely going to want to check this video out. And again, I'll have that in the description as well. And then you want to use social proof. Social proof is a powerful way to build trust and credibility with your visitors. So stuff like case studies, testimonials, demonstrations, product placement, and I have an entire video about that as well. It's in my copywriting tutorials. It's called the hidden in plain sight key to boosting your sales letters. And that's actually the hidden in plain sight key: social proof, case studies, demonstrations, customer reviews, testimonials, stuff like that. You want to make sure that you have that, because it's actually one of the biggest ways that you can increase the conversions on your sales letter. And then the next step is offering free trials or demos. This is a great way to let visitors try your product or service before you even buy it. Sometimes people don't even have the money. They'll try it and they'll tell somebody who does have the money. This can help reduce risk and it increase conversions as well. And it also reduces refunds because it helps to set the expectations for the consumer. And then we talked about abandoned cart emails, and I just want to talk about tracking and measuring your results. I have a lot of different videos on Google Analytics, so I'll have some of that in the description, but I want to bring to your attention a service called ClickMagick, which is a click and ad tracking software. And I'll have this in tools and the resources below, but they've been around for quite a long time. They used to compete with ClickMeter. I can't seem to find ClickMeter's like homepage for some reason, even in an incognito private tab. So it's not just like my web browser. I even tried it like on a virtual desktop, and for some reason that website, I guess it's just non-functional anymore. Like there's some parts of it, like the about page, the pricing page, but I guess ClickMeter is just not really, I guess ClickMeter is just not working like it used to. So in regards to tracking your links and measuring the performance of your links, I want to recommend ClickMagick and just bring this to your attention. Your link, how many people are clicking on your links, you can track almost everything, offline and sales tracking. So just to go over a couple of different things, you got phone and offline sales tracking, you have cross device tracking, you have all types of different ways where you can track your conversions, click tracking, and if you scroll down to the bottom, they have other different tools that you can use. So it's like optimization, they have real-time stats and reports. So this is just a great click tracking measuring tool that I want to bring to your attention that can help you to grow, because that's really the only way to grow is by measuring your performance and optimizing as you go along. So this is just a service, I'm not affiliated or sponsored by this by any chance, but I have this in the description. There's a lot of different tools that you can use to help you with your business efforts. So this is just click tracking and analytics. And again, I'll have all these other different tools that I mentioned in the resources below, as far as like the empty cart messages, the opt-in and cart abandonment emails that you can send out and just be creatively influenced by, as well as the different call to actions. I'll have all this in the description, but specifically this website, they have a lot of different copywriting inspiration from the past or templates that have worked over hundreds of years. A lot of stuff that's been recent, but this is basically a place that marketers and copywriters go to get inspired and learn the secret psychology of top marketing promotions. So you can come here and use proven templates. There's no point in reinventing the wheel when you can use what's already worked in the past. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. We talked about how to boost your conversion rates, just a few different techniques that I want to share with you, and some tools and resources. And if you like content like this, then I recommend that you subscribe to the channel. I talk about everything when it comes to generating traffic and increasing sales. Be sure to take a look at the tools and the resources below. I'll have everything that I included in this training. And with that said, I will see you in the next video. See you then.